Hey, we're late because we're great, because we're great, because we're great. Number 10 in the world. Cue music.
That is true. That's
Yeah, Danny.
podcast.
We just ran the music.
Yeah.
Why are we so good? What happened this week?
You're talking about us being ranked the 10th podcast that you have to check out in 2020?
Wait. Break that down for me,
Top
sir.
10. There's literally millions and millions of dad podcasts out there. We are within the top 10 that's being recommended to check out. If you're looking for a dad podcast, a funny dad podcast to check out, ours is the one to check out out of the millions of dad podcasts.
Out of the millions and billions, and we are Dad So Hard.
Dad So Hard.
I'm Vinnie Dunleavy.
Danny McCartney.
And we are one of the must listens of 2020. And actually, we try to record once a week, but as the latest ranking show, they called us out. They threw some shade. We're actually twice a month.
They say twice a month. They always say that because they do average.
Well, I read the description. I said, well, if we're number 20, if we're number 10 in 2020, what are they saying about us? What are they saying we are? And then they said we are a bi-weekly dad podcast about fathers who work hard, play hard, and dad harder. So thank you for listening again and joining our conversation. I am Vinnie Dunleavy.
Well, you're repeating your name, Danny McCartney. Are we doing that again?
Oh, wait,
we're doing the intro again? We're just going to do the intro for 35 minutes? Just going to be on a loop?
I'm getting over a cold. We may repeat the show. This may be one of those repeatable shows. Every 5 minutes, we're going to do the same thing over and over again. Oh my God, I can't. I have to say, thank you for tuning in again, Danny. And people listening. Danny, thank you, Danny, for accepting my internet request to speak to me this week.
Yeah, I actually had no idea what I was getting into.
I don't know. I actually have so today's episode, we're going to be catching up on life. A couple of different things that Danny and I have both done in the last couple of weeks as dads I want to talk about. And then I have a phenomenal, what I'm going to call a new segment. I don't know if it's going to go.
Every 3 episodes, we have a new segment.
We're breaking out new segments. They're new segments. And if you love them, write in and we'll do more. This one's going to be called, Did This Happen to Vinnie? Because I just think it's that ridiculous that's what we're going to call it.
All right.
So the other thing, though, is I'm scrolling, Danny, you recently, we both brought our kids to different events that I think are very kid appropriate in the city. This past weekend, you, I believe 2 weeks ago, brought your kids to a New York City slime exhibit. Was this? No, it was a color. What was that?
Museum of ice cream.
So I saw the Instagrammable photos. What was it, and did you like it?
Dinks.
What was it?
So you haven't been to the Museum of Ice Cream? I
didn't know there was a Museum of Ice Cream. Where is this location?
This was one of the
earlier, delicious,
like pop-up places. I don't even know that it's pop-up anymore. I think it's just there all the time.
Yep.
It's in like Soho, Greenwich Village area ish. Not worth it. Not all. Okay, let me rephrase. It's not for kids. I mean,
it's just that if it's the Museum of Ice Cream, I don't know. It's almost like Disney. It screams kids.
So they call it the Museum of Ice Cream. It's not a museum. You don't learn about like the history of ice cream and all that stuff. Not saying that would have been more interesting, but it would have been interesting.
I would agree.
Right? Like you don't like eat all this like crazy ice cream that you would like never have fathomed, like a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory-esque, right?
Do they serve ice cream?
Yes.
Right, I'm thinking
you taste ice cream, I think, in like 3 different places, but it's like
chocolate, vanilla,
nothing to write home about. One of them is like soft serve. One of them is just vanilla, and another one is cookies and cream.
So what did you pay for this ice cream fiasco?
I don't know. Mary Jane did that. She booked it. I would never go back. Not worth it. Waste of time.
How much do you think she paid per person? What do you think it was worth? And then people listening, go on. What would you legitimately pay for a 5-year-old?
For me, I wouldn't pay more than $20.
All right. So if you're listening and you're on the website checking out the ice cream factory,
if it's more than 20 bucks a person, do not go.
Okay, that's good to know.
And they have like at the end, you can buy ice cream like a cone or a cup or something. There's like 5 flavors.
They don't wait. That doesn't even come with the admission price? Free ice cream?
No. The ice cream that comes with the admission price is those 3 samples that you get throughout. Then there's a sprinkles pool, which the kids had a lot of fun in, but it's disgusting.
Well, it's gross. That's like they had
like that. I'll tell you what. That's where the coronavirus started.
The sprinkles pool. It probably, if it didn't start there, it's definitely spreading.
It's impossible for them to wash.
Yeah.
It's a pool filled with rubber sprinkles.
They had one of the color.
Yeah. I can guarantee you, they've never once been washed.
Never. They had that at the Color Factory. They had like a marshmallow. It was the Color Factory or the museum, the Candy Museum. They had like a marshmallow pit.
Yeah, gross. That smells like feet.
Correct. No, that is. I would have to believe that the U.S. government would be doing a ban on travel to China.
So of all
travel to the sprinkles and marshmallow pits.
So of all these, so here's the thing. It basically is made and tailored for people who want to post cool Instagram pictures.
But what did
I can tell you this. There was actually one girl that when I went in the bathroom, she was changing into this ridiculous outfit as if she was going to like Marquee at 11 p.m. on a Friday.
Wait, and you're in the men's room?
It was a co-ed, like, so they shared a sink.
Oh.
That's where she was changing.
Listen, Danny, that's breaking news though. The ice cream factory has co-ed bathrooms. There's a hookup scene going on.
Yeah, definitely big hookup scene. But like, she went there, paid this price of admission just to take Instagram pictures. Kill me.
Well, but this is the world we're living in. It's all about the social media post.
So weird, the world we're living in.
It is bizarre.
Out of all these pop-up things, I would say for kids, the Slime Factory was by far the best.
So that's called the Sloomy Institute. We have, it's on our list of places to bring our kids.
Far and away, like the best.
Yep.
That one was the best. Trolls was pretty good. I don't know if that's still around. It was
that's a traveling exhibit, and I believe it's coming back because the Trolls 2 movie is coming out this summer world tour.
So that was a really good pop-up one. I'm trying to think. Candy was okay, nothing crazy. I liked it because I got to eat a lot of candy.
Well, there's a business I agree with you. The business is all about they should just call them like Instagram pop-up because they're all designed for people to just take photos. On their screen. I would wonder if actually
the ice cream one was the worst.
Yep.
I think those were the only kids one. We did the Friends one, but that's.
Well, have you heard about this trend? So
kids.
The new thing for the older kids is, it's not new, but TikTok's been around for a year now, right?
Yeah.
So all the older kids, I would say for maybe 3rd grade, but mostly 4th, 5th, and 6th and 7th are recording a lot of TikToks. So my daughter, because I am anti coronavirus as well as China, TikTok is not on any of our devices. I don't want the government coming after me. Not having it. Don't want to be traced.
It's going to come out because of TikTok?
Yeah, the Chinese government. It's like Google it if you're listening. The Chinese, because it's owned by a Chinese company and they're using your data to surveillance you. And when you accept the rights, it's like they're allowed everything on your phone in your house. The next thing you know, they're controlling your DVR. They have like crazy usage rights.
And Instagram doesn't? Facebook doesn't?
No, because they do not. Google, I'm telling you, Google it and it'll be confirmed. Okay. So anyway, with the TikToks, it has gotten so bad that a couple local teachers have told me that these kids in the videos, like there's so many dances they do, that when they're in school and they're not even on TikTok, but they're in the middle of a math exam, they're literally taking their exam and like popping and locking, but they don't know they're popping and locking because they're just so used to doing TikToks that they're subconsciously just being like.
So. Breaking news: TikTok gives you Tourette's.
100%.
TikTok
Tourette's. So if your kids are on TikTok, if you're listening,
get
them off. Say get them off. Musical.ly was a failed app.
Didn't Musical.ly become TikTok?
Yes, a Chinese company bought it, and then they became TikTok.
Got it.
And then they added more. They added basically more an easier ability to create stuff and edit. So that's why it's more popular. It's like the Vine of 2020. Does anybody remember? If you're listening and you're under the age of, let's say, 10, you probably don't remember what Vine was. Do you remember Vine?
I remember Vine.
I don't think I ever made Vines. I think I was a purveyor of
Vines. A Vine was when I had to for work.
Yeah, I think Vine had a hot a year and a half.
I actually didn't have a Vine account until I had to create one for work.
Yeah, I don't think I ever. I don't. But Vine was at work. Like I think it was a hot minute. It was a hot minute.
Yeah.
So if I'm coughing, I apologize for the earbuds. Everybody out there, but it's because and so in my quest to improve the value of my house, I started with a mini project in my bathroom 3 weeks ago, which I wanted to get a handyman to hang a glass door. And for all the dads out there who, you have that vision of starting one project that then snowballs into, add that on. Add that on. And then when you add that third thing on, that's when the guy comes back to you, which they show on HGTV, and they go, listen, that was in your budget. Well, now that we're doing that, we ran into a problem.
Cool.
Which then added on another thing to fix, which then when I did, I said, well, if I'm doing that, might as well do X, Y, and Z.
How long have you been in your house? Not long. 4 years?
3 years. And you would think it's been 15 with all the stuff we do. And I realized that some people are like, if you suffer from alcoholism or drug addiction, I think I suffer from like renovation addiction, and I blame.
That's like Mary Jane. She constantly needs to like rearrange where the sofa is. And
no, 100%. Me and my wife,
crazy.
We have problems with HGTV. We look at our house, we rearrange our furniture. For anybody coming over our house the next 2 weeks, you will see an entirely new setup, and we're painting different color walls.
We just did painting.
Yeah, we are ADD for our home design. Every 2 or 3 years, something's happening.
So we got the first floor. We had to repaint the first floor, get the ceiling fixed. We had a leak about a year ago.
That's the worst.
But it needed to get repainted anyway from like all the scuffs and scratches from the kids. In an ideal world, probably would have waited another year just because Cody's still a little bit crazy. Case in point, so house got painted Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Cody drew on the wall.
Just when you think you
can't make this shit up.
You can't know it happens. It happens all the time.
I mean, it wiped right off, but like I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, so you wiped it off. Shane painted crayon in his room, and then I was doing the bathroom, so I just painted over his walls. I'm just gonna paint over it, Shane. So the problem we
just painted, so we couldn't paint over it.
Just put another coat on. I would just put another coat on.
Just that area?
Yeah, that's what I do all the time. Now what you find
so
actually
it looks like a Dalmatian.
Well, so what I didn't realize was when you use paint that's 3 years old, and the paint color you have on the wall is like it fades over the course of years.
Yeah.
So if you put a brand new, in Emily's room, she has all these scuffs, and I used some spackle to fill in holes. Then the other day I went through to like touch it up, and I used like the old paint can. I swirled it around. It wasn't perfectly mixed. I said, "Who cares?" Now when you go through a room, it's like there's just circles of like spots that are now like it's worse than having white specks because it's like
you got to get it professionally painted.
Well, so that's not happening.
There's a couple things I don't mess around with.
The ship is. I actually tried I tried DIY. So when you walk around my house, you'll tell.
I don't even.
You'll say, "Oh, I do attempt."
Mary Jane gets so mad at me because I'm not handy.
Her
whole family is handy, so I'm like a waste to her.
I inspire.
I'm useless.
I don't know. You know what? I don't.
That's why I make the big bucks, so I could pay peasants.
You pay for somebody to do it. Correct. That's right. That's why we do what we do. I like to envision myself as being handy, and then I'm not. Like I had the plumber come to install a new like not vanity. What do you call the sink? The sink faucet.
Mm-hmm.
So ordered one. Called him. He's like, "Oh, dude, wrong sink faucet. You need X, Y, and Z." No problem. Order a new one. Send it back. Call him a week later. Oh yeah. No, not the right one. You're missing X, Y, and Z. I was like, I said, okay, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to go online. I'm going to send you a text. I'm going to send you the one I'm going to order. You need to confirm. Another week goes by, order a new one. Yes, it comes. He puts it together. I get a bill. Do you know you have to pay when somebody shows up?
Oh, yeah.
5 minutes worth.
Yeah.
So so even when I was trying to be handy of ordering it myself, I effed it up. But the hardest part of all this, Danny, with this stuff is, and I think I texted you about this a couple weeks ago, and this is the hardest part of changing things with, like, I have a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Right.
My 5-year-old is more annoyed that his toys are displaced, that furniture is in different places, but he's excited to see the tools of the workman.
Yeah.
The saws, the stuff. So Shane is this construction, many projects going on. My son is loving it. My daughter, when it comes to change, in the immortal words of Peter Brady, when it's time to change, it's time to rearrange who you are and what you want to be. No. Why are you looking at? You don't know Peter Brady and the
I
Brady
know
Bunch?
who Peter Brady is from the Brady
never-
Bunch. I don't know what you're quoting.
You've never heard. Okay. Anybody listening to this over the age of 40 is going to know the Brady Bunch. When Peter Brady was going through puberty and the Brady Bunch singers were singing, there was a famous song where he said, well, his line, and the whole group would sing, when it's time to change, it's time to rearrange who you are and what you're going to be. Na. And then Peter's voice would crack and you go, no. You don't remember that?
I remember the beat of the na 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 na.
No. And his voice cracked. It was like he was going through puberty. Anyway, Google it. They were wearing white sweaters with like blue pants with a stripe on the side for the Brady singers.
I'll check it out.
And he was, what happened was, the point of the story was he was uncomfortable with the change because his voice was changing while he was trying to be a singer. Similarly, my daughter is very against, Emily's been a hard time about why we are changing the house. And as she declared to me last night, her life is difficult enough. She moved to Port Washington 3 years ago. Now we're changing the floors. We're changing the wall color. Why? We don't know. Why? She's not consulted. We picked a floor stain. She didn't approve. She's like, her voice doesn't matter in the house. This is what I'm dealing with. On top of everything else, she does not like, and then she told my wife.
Why don't you just let her decide everything?
Well, listen, I'm putting, no. Not that I don't think she has good taste.
Not for the fucking house.
Not for that. But the best part is when she turns to my wife and goes, well, Mommy, your taste is just so bad.
Oh,
she's like,
look, right, though?
I mean, my wife, I have to say, I give my wife, if there's one thing in this house she does right, she does the design elements, she does the coloring. My wife knows her style. But my daughter likes to make her like second guess it. So if there's one person who can make my wife insecure about her style choices, it's my daughter. So we get dressed in the morning, we come downstairs, she's like, you're wearing that? Like,
God.
She's like, Daddy, that works. Mommy. I'm like, and then she gets all upset. I go, Lisa, she's 8. Ignore her.
It's an 8-year-old. You got to take that with a grain of salt. She doesn't even know what she's saying. She's just talking to talk.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes I don't know. No, most of the time she's wrong. But when she does it in the house, I'm like, Emily, I'm spending money. I don't want to hear about it. Just support the floor. Support the floor and move the fuck on. I can't.
I started telling Mary Jane, because now Cody's, Brady, who's older, is at the point where he's pretty good about, like, he likes to pick his own clothes, but now he's like, I don't want to comb my hair. I don't want to do this. I want to wear that or this or what. And Mary Jane freaks out. I'm like, just fucking let him. He's going to pre-K. Who gives a shit? Let him decide that he doesn't want to comb his hair. Let him decide what he wants to wear something ridiculous, and then let him get made fun of. And it'll be the last time he chooses that.
Currently, my son wears a pair of what I would like to call 2005 Nike Airfit pants that have holes in the knees. He is borderline a homeless child when he goes to school. He wears the same shirt that he pulls over his head. He wears a sweatshirt over his head that he's been eating the sleeve. So the sleeve is like half rotten and eaten. His knees are popping out, and he needs to wear his whole pants every day. We've gone and bought.
That's what he wants to wear.
He wants to wear. We bought Nike. Every day we have to wash it. We bought 25 pairs of underwear. He wears the same 2 pairs all week.
Wow.
And we are in rotation. We have 2. I mean, we are the assholes to wash this stuff. But he is wearing 2 pairs of Spider-Man underwear. He's wearing the same pair of whole Nike sweatpants. Yeah. And we've bought the same pair of pants. So the issue is, well, number one, on the underwear, that's
on you guys.
Well, we bought updated underwear. They're cut differently. So the way they made underwear 5 years ago, now there's like a higher waist. So he's like, it's too big on him. Like these are little manufacturing changes. Yeah. And then the Nike pants, they now make everything like more slim fit. And he doesn't like them so snug in his pants. But Shane is like, I mean, we're talking a 15-minute meltdown. I'm like, I'm leaving to go to work, go to school naked. I can't deal. But I come home and I'm like, when you go to school, now I have to lie to him and go, Shane, the school called me. And they said, I can't send my son to school with holes in his pants. It's too cold. And he's like, then I don't want to go to school. Which I then I say, well, then if you don't go to school, you don't get an education and you become homeless. And do you want to be homeless like the people in New York City?
And what'd he say?
And he goes, well, will I have to live on the street? I said, if you don't get an education. And he's like, okay, I'll wear the other pants. And then I leave and go to work.
All right. So there you go.
I know, but I can't. My patience at 7:30 in the morning, every day. And then before he goes to bed, he's like, did you wash my pants? I'm like,
Why don't you just burn them right in front of him?
Well, now we threaten when he doesn't want to listen to us.
Here's the pants.
Yep. I should throw maybe I'll throw him in the fire this weekend. Well, when he gets mad, when I get really pissed, I'm like, those pants are being cut in half and they're thrown out. I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm done with you. I'm done with that. The problem is we are, I'm a sucker. He smiles. His pasty white skin looks at me and goes, Daddy, I love you. I'm sorry. And then I go, fine, look like a homeless person.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, that's our biggest downfall. We're just suckers.
You give in. You just give in. And I'm tired. I don't want to fight. And I fight yesterday.
It's like they know. They catch you at the time where you are at your wit's end. And it's like, I just don't have the bandwidth in me to like go back and forth with you. Do whatever the fuck you want. Go on your iPad. I don't give a shit.
Crap. Well, yesterday, Emily had to break a fight up between me and Shane. We were having a verbal altercation in the car. And Emily in the back seat was like, can you please stop the two of you? And I said, it's not me, it's Shane.
Oh my God.
I was like, Emily.
I do that all the time though. Like Mary Jane, like we'll be like going back and forth. And she was like, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? I'm like, well, they started it.
It's because they pushed the button.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're in the car and he was just like, Daddy, I'm hungry. I go, well, you should have ate dinner when everybody ate dinner. If you're hungry, there's nothing I can do about it. And then it escalated one thing after another. And it drove me crazy. It drove me nuts. But so Danny, wait, before we go on, I need to, I'm just trying to check the time on this because I'm going to see, now it's 9:48. All right. Oh, wait. How far? Oh my God, this cough. So the construction in our house is no joke and I'm doing my best here. So I'm going to do a new segment.
Yeah.
And this is going to be called, what did I say it was going to be called? Did this happen?
Did this happen to Vinny or something like that? I don't know.
Did this happen to Vinny? So I am sitting on my couch. Let's say this is like probably last Thursday night.
So yawning.
Yeah, you're yawning. Well, you're wearing Danny. If anybody wants to go to YouTube to see Danny's Christmas shawl,
I yawn when I'm cold. So
your hair. By the way, your Hims. Are you wearing your Hims? Is working. Your hair's getting long. I haven't seen you in a while, but your hair looks long.
Not bad, right?
It looks really long. It looks thick and long.
Well, it's just long. I mean, long is just long. It grows, but
no, it looks long.
It's the thickness that I'm going for.
Listen, mine is. I'm getting a lot of height and length on mine. I'm trying to do.
You got a great head of lettuce.
I got a good mop. Everybody. And the beard has been going good. Right now I'm hibernating for the winter, so I feel like I have to have a beard to make the chin look.
Look at this thing. This is about a month.
It's good.
It's a nice beard. I'm gonna let it go 2 more weeks, and then I'm gonna get rid of it.
Well, I shaved mine a couple of weeks ago, and Emily goes, you look terrible without a beard. I said, excuse me? She's like, your face is ugly. I was like, what? I go, this is my face. She's like, well, you should really have a beard on it because it looks better. I was like,
I think I'm at my peak when I got a little bit of scruff.
I like the 5 o'clock shadow would be the best way to go. I think it just gives you a little hidden edge.
Yep.
So anyway, so again, I'm on the couch watching TV, and Shane grabs his iPad. Normally and he's watching his iPad. So all of a sudden, I hear one of 3 things.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 3 lines, Danny, and you are gonna tell me which line did I think I heard. Okay.
Yep, got it.
Line A was. Now I got to think. Let me make sure I got my lines. Now I got to make up my. I know the one. I know the right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna guess this one was the fake one.
You don't know. Listen, I'm gonna let me whip.
You're
give me 30 seconds.
On me?
This is me in the moment. Okay. So line A is Ryan. What are you doing over there? That's line A. Line B was fuck. And line C was the first time I had a threesome. one of those lines I overheard while my son was watching his iPad. Which
I mean,
I think
I'm assuming it's the last one.
the last line meaning the first time I had a threesome.
Yeah.
You are so Danny. Every time we play a game, I mean, you really are like 4 for 4 on this.
That was too easy.
Was it too? With my first two guesses, terrible.
Yeah.
So, I sat there and I wasn't. He was easily watching something for like 5 minutes, and I was not paying attention. And then all of a sudden, I hear, "Well, the first time I had a threesome," and I was like, "Excuse me." And I look over and I'm like, "What are you watching?" And he looks.
Would he find his way into your history?
Oh no, it's bad. So he looks at me and he starts laughing, and I'm like, "Shane, what are you watching?" And I take his iPad, and there's literally a woman naked with two other women naked on the screen. And I go, "What?" I go, "What are you watching?" And I just hit X to turn it off. And
Don't you have it on like parental controls?
Okay, listen. It then goes into, and I look at what he's in. He's in Netflix. I thought he was YouTube. He's in Netflix.
There's nudity on Netflix.
Oh, if anybody in a parental account has recently got into, Netflix has a new documentary or movie. I'm not even sure what it is because I haven't watched it. I think it's called Sex Addict or Sex Edition. It's a new documentary on Netflix.
I'm gonna have to check it out for educational purposes.
Yeah, 100% educational. I have yet to go back to it. And so I was like, Shane, you can't watch that. He goes, he's laughing, and then he goes, oh, well, I went into Grandpa's account. And I go, what did you do? And I was like, well, and I'm like, what's my dad watching? Well, what he knows to do is when you go into Netflix and you have to choose the accounts, I have an account, my wife has an account, my dad has an account, and there's Emily and Shane. So instead of going into his own, he just goes into mine or my father's name, Grandpa or Daddy, and that's like you're in the adult, like you could just watch adult movies, like whatever's on Netflix. So of course he somehow doesn't know how to read, but knows how to read the word sex with the girl that's half naked on the cover, I guess. And then that's what he went to, and he's laughing. I go, you can. He's like, oh, I do it all the time. Yanka lets me. I go, Shane, and Yanka's our pair. I go, she does not let you watch Netflix in Daddy's account. He's like, yes, she does. I go, no shit. So I go, I'm like, Yanka. She's like, no, I tell him to stop. I see what he does, and I go, Shane, you have to go into your account. So now on his iPad, but you can't control it. I don't think I can block him going into the other accounts. But now he's like on a red alert of like we have to monitor on Netflix what he's watching because out of nowhere
he might just have to take Netflix off.
Well, yeah, but then I mean I could do that too, but that would be
stick to Disney Plus.
You don't think Disney Plus is rolling out any Skinamax movies?
Nah.
Disney Princesses After Dark.
Worst what really happened there is like PG-13.
Well, I didn't know Disney has like what really happened when the prince kissed the princess in the forest. How did Sleeping Beauty really wake up? You didn't hear that story?
No.
There is an X-rated version of that. It wasn't just a kiss.
There's an X-rated version of everything.
And apparently it's on my iPad for my son to watch.
Yeah, I know. There's an X-rated version of Bubble Guppies.
Oh yeah, I could not. I was dying, and he was like, he. I was like, Shane, you cannot. He was like, what, Daddy? Naked boobies. I was like, stop. I was like, this is where I was like, oh yeah, not so. So I did learn we need to monitor. The lesson here in the Dumb Movie household was monitor more.
Did they watch the Super Bowl with you?
No. I had a weird Super Bowl because I wasn't feeling well because of the dust in the house. So I watched I watched the second quarter and the halftime show.
Yeah.
But the halftime show we were at my neighbor's house and there's a lot of young girls watching it. And so somebody was like, oh, J-Lo, look how thin she looks. And then it got into a debate of how to accurately refer to J-Lo's body because we want to say, well, she's healthy. She looks good. She exercises because you just don't want to in front of a group of young girls be like, she's so thin. Or somebody made the comment like she hasn't eaten in 2 weeks. And then it was like, whoa, we can't say that in front of the girls. No, she's eating. She's just healthy.
Yeah, she did look very thin.
And she looked like she's like J-Lo did not look thin. She looked like she's a beast. She looked like she could like come over here and kick my ass. She looked fantastic. And shout out to two movies I recently seen. Have you seen Hustlers yet?
No.
So and Jennifer Lopez got a Golden Globe supporting actress nomination, a SAG nomination. It is a true story about a bunch of strippers who then start hustling and like drugging rich guys in the city and stealing their money. And Jennifer Lopez is amazing in the movie. It is.
So are they supposed to be like the heroes of the movie?
Well, I don't think there is a hero in the movie. Oh gosh, are they? Well, they have kids, so there may be heroes to their kids. I guess that you can consider them heroes if you believe the men that they're ripping off are a bunch of investment bankers that made their money from ripping off regular Americans.
Like
If you,
Robin Hood.
correct. I don't think they're really, but I don't think you look at them as
I mean,
heroes.
I guess we celebrate Aladdin. He was a thief.
He was a thief, yeah. So, but I don't think you. I think you. I don't think it's celebrating what they're doing, although it's like the life of a stripper through a stripper's eyes. But it's more about celebrating the fact that these women were entrepreneurial businesswomen who took it upon themselves to figure out a better way to make money. And if you already subscribe to the fact that strippers are already hustling and willing to scam guys out of money, right? If you go to a strip club and a girl's going to walk up to you and try to get $20 out of you, they're already like taking advantage of you. So in this world,
yeah, you could say a fucking waiter's taking advantage of you when you ask them what's the best thing on the menu and they tell you the most expensive.
100% agree. So essentially what they did is, but it would be like if they saw you first of all, it all starts with some guy going to a bar by himself, and then he gets a date with this one girl, and then they're sitting there talking, and she's,
what are we doing?
telling you the plot of the movie.
Yeah, why?
I mean, because I actually maybe I wanted to be in it. I was like, maybe one day I'll be roofied.
Why did we now turn into a movie review?
Well, because J-Lo, if you watch Super Bowl Sunday, in the middle of her routine, she went on the stripper pole and she did this one move where she goes flat. In Hustlers, she's teaching another girl how to use the pole, and that move is called the tabletop.
Gotcha.
So for anybody who goes to a strip club and you've seen a girl go straight across in the bar, that's a tabletop. J-Lo did it in the halftime show, and she does it in the movie, and she teaches this girl how to do all these moves. And let me tell you, Jennifer Lopez on the pole was amazing. I mean, she is a beast. So,
I think Shakira was better.
I think I thought they were both amazing. I would watch it again and again and again.
I tried to get the kids to watch the game with me. Didn't last.
No, that game the game itself was boring.
Yeah, but they can't really get into it yet. So,
well, the first 3 quarters,
I kept trying all day. I was like, Brady, we're watching the Super Bowl, because I wanted to prepare him. Like, this is what's happening for 3 hours. As soon as they flip the coin, he goes, I really want to watch Bubble Guppies. It's yeah, I was like, Mary Jane, deal with this, because that's not happening.
Well, I just think the game, I feel like it was a little snoozy, and yeah, I think probably 6 or 7, but even that
Mary
Emily,
Jane,
the
Mary
boys,
Jane, Vinny,
terrible.
Incredible comeback.
I was doing dishes.
So then you can't speak on it.
The first 3 quarters I saw, it was terrible. The first 3 quarters of the game were boring and a snooze-a-palooza. Snooze-a-palooza. Oh, so the other, in my second movie review, which I won't do a review, I don't want to tell anybody what happens, but I did see Ferrari versus Ford. Amazing.
That looked good.
Amazing. No, it was.
I saw Bad Boys for Life. That was awesome.
Well, that's the Will Smith, Martin Lawrence movie.
Yeah.
That's a throwback. Was that funny? Was it funny or was it an action movie?
Both.
All right. Did you see it in the theater or at home?
Theater. Saw it on Friday.
I've been renting it home. Fandango now.
But you can't rent what's in the theater.
No, I can't. I used to have a box that I could, but I got rid of it because I don't want to do any illegal things.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very spotty. It was, and then they wanted Bitcoin, and that was when I was like, I'm not getting into.
That's where you bow out.
As soon as I started to have to do some Bitcoin trading, I was like, this is a little too dark webby for me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't worth it. I was like, I'm not, for the amount of time I use it, I was like, this is dumb. So I've been buying, I just wait till they go to at-home DVD and then I buy it. But for Ford vs. Ferrari was a great movie, Venture Race Cars. Shane actually, for a 5-year-old, paid attention to it because there was a lot of racing in it. It was cool.
Interesting.
I liked it. Yeah, it was a good time.
He's like, when's Lightning McQueen coming out?
See, we're not. I don't even think we've seen Cars yet. We're behind.
Oh, Cars is good.
We are behind.
All right, we should probably wrap up.
So wait, Danny, for everybody listening, it is February 2nd. Is it?
Well, not when we post it, but
February 3rd.
First of all, it's not even February 2nd. It's technically February 3rd.
No, it's February 2nd. It's February 3rd. Yeah, sorry. But yesterday was Groundhog's Day, and a shout out to Danny, your hometown hog. What's his name?
Staten Island Chuck, or by his government name, Charles G. Hogg.
Nice. And he confirmed what
Early
Puxatawny
spring.
Phil said, early spring.
He also has an 82% success rate. So
Listen, I'll take it.
looks like it's going to be an early spring.
I'll take an early spring. And if you're listening, hey, if you want to take an early spring too, take it, but you got to contact us first. And how can they do that, Danny?
Instagram, Facebook at That's So Hard Podcast, Twitter at That's So Hard Pod. Email, email dadsohardpodcast@gmail.com. Website, we are dadsohard.com.
And on iTunes, it is very important for us to maintain a living and make sure our kids have food on the plate.
Review us.
Rate and review. We need rate and review.
Us.
And remember, we are now.
Listen to the episode. Just download it.
Yeah, just download it or hit play when you're not paying attention. But
Yeah,
as the interwebs, the biggest bloggers in the universe have said, we are one of the top 10 dad podcasts.
Dad podcasts.
Check you listen right now.
2020.
Yeah, and if you're going to be in Washington D.C., look out for us at the Dad 2 Summit in a few weeks. There's a big father blogger thing. And actually, Danny, on next Tuesday, we're going to be doing a special interview on Tuesday night. You have that on your calendar.
Next Tuesday.
It's next Tuesday. Yeah, I'm actually going to be reading
12th,
a book.
Right?
Yeah, I'm going to be reading a book this week in preparation. That's how excited I am for this podcast.
Same.
We are going to be in it to win it, and there's some comedy, there's some levity, and we're going to be dropping. We think we have we're going to be sharing with you guys, and maybe some giveaways. We may be giving away books.
Vinny, I'm going to read the book too.
There's Cliff Notes, I think, these days in books. There's an audio version.
Perfect.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for listening again. We love you.
Peace. Thanks for listening.
Peace out.